Now take a look at the confidence of the Quran. Look at how the Quran is so confident in declaring Tawheed, the oneness of Allah, that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then tell me in the comments, is there any other religious text that repeats such a statement that I'm going to show you so many times, declaring the oneness of God, especially any other monotheistic religion? So this term, La ilaha illahu, I've searched for it here, meaning there is no God but Him. La ilaha illahu. I'll put the translation in English as well so you can see it. La ilaha illahu. You can see here. There is no deity except Him, right? So these words, look at the number of times these words are repeated in the Quran. La ilaha illahu. If I start from the first page, chapter 2, verse 163, La ilaha illahu. Chapter 2, verse 255, La ilaha illahu. Chapter 3, verse 2, La ilaha illahu. Chapter 3, verse 6, La ilaha illahu. Chapter number 4, verse 87, La ilaha illahu. Chapter number 6, verse 102, La ilaha illahu. Chapter number 6, verse 106, La ilaha illahu. Chapter number 7, verse 158, La ilaha illahu. Chapter number 9, verse 31, La ilaha illahu. Look at the number of times. Chapter 9, La ilaha illahu. Chapter number Surah Hud, La ilaha illahu. Chapter 13, La ilaha illahu. Chapter number 20, La ilaha illahu. Chapter 23, La ilaha illahu. Chapter 27, La ilaha illahu. Chapter 20. Look at the number of times, the confidence of the Quran repeating the same thing. No deity except Allah. No deity except Him. No deity except Him. Look at the confidence of that. And it keeps going on and on and on. Subhanallah. Is there any other religious text that mentions the oneness of Allah so many times? The same words again and again, again and again. Subhanallah. Look at the confidence of the Quran in declaring Allah's oneness. Subhanallah. And these are just the direct words, right? If I show you like other ways in which it's said. Okay, now let me show you verses, some other verses talking about the oneness of Allah. For example, chapter number 112. Say He is Allah, the one and unique, Allah who is in need of no one and whom all are in need. He neither begot nor was He begotten, and none is comparable to Him. Chapter 2, verse 255, chapter number 2, verse 163. Your God is one God. There is no God but He, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Chapter number, the first chapter, verse 5. You alone do we worship, and you alone do we turn for help. And now look at the way this argument of oneness is presented in chapter 27, verse 60 and onwards. Who is it that has created the heavens and the earth and sent down for you water from the sky, and then we caused to grow therewith orchards full of beauty whose trees you could never grow? Is there any God associated with Allah in these tasks? Nay, they are a people who are veering away from the right path. Who is it who has made the earth a place of resort, and has caused rivers to flow in its midst, and has placed upon it firm mountains, and has placed a barrier between two masses of water? Is there any God associated with Allah in these tasks? Nay, but most of them do not know. Who is it who heeds the prayers of the distressed when he calls out to him, and who removes his affliction? And who is it who makes you vicegerents of the earth? Is there any God associated with Allah in this task? How little do you reflect? Who is it who guides you through the darkness on land and sea, and who sends winds as heralds of good tidings ahead of His mercy? Is there any God associated with Allah in this task? Exalted be Allah above whatever they associate with Him in His divinity. Who is it who creates in the first instance and then repeats it? Who is it who provides you with sustenance from the heavens and the earth? Is there any God associated with Allah in these tasks? Say, bring forth your evidence if you are truthful. And then chapter number 23, verse 84 and onwards, ask them, whose is the earth, and those who are in it? Tell us if you know. They will surely say, Allah. Say, then why do you not take heed? Ask them, who is the Lord of the seven heavens and the Lord of the great throne? They will surely say, Allah. Say, will you not then fear Allah? Then ask them, say, if you indeed know, to whom belongs the dominion over all things. Who is it that grants asylum, but against whom no asylum is available? They will surely say, the dominion over all things belongs to Allah. Say, whence are you then deluded? And then the last verse, chapter, which I'll be sharing, chapter 16, verse 51, Allah is commanded, do not take two gods, for He is but one God. So fear me alone. Subhanallah. So you see the confidence of the Quran, La ilaha illallah especially. This is amazing, the level of confidence in declaring Allah's oneness. So put in the comments if you know if there are any other religious texts which has so much confidence in the oneness of God.